I hope you're having a great day today. I can see that I'm live. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so today I want to come on and just do some energetic weather. Me and Bear just talked about it, and it's kind of crazy. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, we've got a full moon today, and it's square Uranus. So maybe like big surprises, shocking events, things around like innovation, change. And that might be seen right now, today, moving through the weekend. And maybe a lot of this is about liberation from complacency. Places where we have watched things happen, we have failed to act, change is happening, things are becoming not okay. We have to move into new behaviors, and it's like it can be very blurry and confusing. It can feel like a coming clean, like maybe it's time to see things in a new way. Maybe it's time to open our mind, and just look at what's really happening. The blurriness that is happening now is very destabilizing for people. It's so strange that so many stories can be shared about one experience, and it's up to each of us to be able to watch what happens and discern what is true, what did happen, what is not okay, what is okay, and to continue to respond to that as we move into the future. And so if you are coming out of what feels like denial today, good. It's great. Thank life. Thank life for your new set of glasses and the ability to see things in a more true way, because it's really your protection. And we're going to talk about that too. So today, the sun being in 29, this is all about trial and error and commitment. We're in 29.3. So maybe we are evaluating our commitments. We're looking at them. Do we need to change them? Did we make a mistake in our commitments? Is it time to commit to something new? And this can be something that you're seeing at work. Maybe you're seeing this with your spouse. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's people in your neighborhood. But today, the kind of focus is trial and error and commitment. And so what are you committed to? This type of commitment, this saying yes, it's really interesting because the commitments that we make, they can be completely unconscious. And so as we commit to something and we begin to go through the experience, we become more aware. We are seeing more of what's true. Maybe we can reflect on the experience and be like, wow, like I did that. I had to live that out in order to gain this. And now I can move forward in a new way. And when we can do that, we can see that every commitment is valuable. Every commitment is purposeful, and we can learn from them. We can become more aware. We can love ourselves and others, and we can always pause and take a look at what's really going on. The more true that we are in our reflection and the ability to see what has happened, the easier we can move forward into our new and next commitments, or in continuing to honor the commitments that you're in now. And so that can be such a major step in just the success of your current and future commitments. And so this is grounded in fate, you guys, resignation. And this is like karma, the laws of reincarnation. This is like the fates coming in. Like, I love the fates from Hercules, those three old women that like cut the string. It's like we get to see what we get today, what we get, and really this whole week, because the Earth is in 30 all week. But right now, the Earth and Moon are in 30. So we're really in this fatey type place. And so we have to ground ourselves in the truth. We have to, because we can't afford to avoid it anymore. And this is personally, collectively, this is like for your mental health. This is for your emotional health. This is for the health of your children. This is so that we can protect the innocent. This is so we can move into the future in a healthy way. And the first lie that we tell is to ourselves. As soon as I'm lying to myself, I'm automatically lying to others. As soon as I'm seeing something, it's like a victim might exalt their abuser. And when they are lying to themselves and seeing this person in this like fabulous way, they are sharing that with other people. They're not sharing their actual actions and what they're actually doing. They're sharing their projection of them and who they think they are. And they have the opportunity to watch their actions prove who they think they are wrong, or to show them something different. And in that, they can learn about their own self, their own biases, the things that they haven't allowed themselves to see and be honest about. And so you can see how it can really protect us, this self-honesty. It allows us to fully see the entire situation, and that gives us the maximum amount of choice that we can have. Because if I can clearly see what's happening, I can respond to any of it. If I'm blocking this part out, I can't respond to any of that. And so this honesty and ability to see what's happened, to watch the actions instead of just listening to the words, it literally will protect you. And it will help you in this blurriness. You know, like we're living so much in these times of like truth and deception. You can find evidence for something online, and then you can find an article that says that that is completely wrong. You know, it's like we all have to find our own inner authority so that we can discern what is true, because it's getting harder and harder to do that in the external world. And that's, you know, that's in marketing, that's at your job, that might be with your spouse. A lot of couples are going through putting down childhood trauma. You know, if your childhood trauma is in the driver's seat, you're going to self-sabotage and do crazy things in your life, and you're not going to allow yourself to see that, you know? And it's like so many couples are untangling this pain that's inside of ourselves, and it's allowing them to love themselves and each other more, you know? But that whole process is so blurry, and it's full of like rejection and isolation and sabotage and all of these things that are very hard to live through. And so if we can just be honest, accept and allow what's happening, we're allowed to have pain, we're allowed to not see things clearly, we're allowed to be wrong, you know, then we can get through these times in the best way, loving ourselves and each other. And so let's see. The watching the actions and listening to words, this can be hard. You have to really pay attention. Like maybe someone's telling you one thing and doing another. How many times do you watch that without trying to make them conscious of what they're doing? When you can't make them conscious of what they're doing, what do you do then, right? Do you stick around for 12 years and try to show them what's happening? Or do you walk away? It's like that's such a personal choice. But in that period of time, you are going to feel like your nervous system is shorting out. It's not going to be good for you physically. You might feel, you know, your entire stomach very nauseous. You might be eliminating in ways that are uncomfortable. You might not be able to sleep. I'm sweating at night. You know, it's like to do that, to stay in a situation where someone is refusing to see what's happening. It's manipulation. And if you feel comfortable in leaving, I think that that is a wonderful idea, because the first day that you leave is the first day that you can take your nervous system and begin to allow it to relax. You know, you can get into a different flow where the people in your life do not need you to keep information secret and live something that's not really true, and do all of these things that can be very much against like your integrity and your personal values and all of this stuff. And so you are safe and allowed to choose yourself. You can trust that life will take care of you. If you love yourself enough to honor yourself and just move on, life will take care of you, and you will see that it will be okay, and you'll get to feel better day by day. And what we want to do is really just aim to be comfortable in uncertainty. You know, like things are coming and going so fast. We are at a rate of change that is like unfathomable to the mind. We're trying to keep like jobs and positions as we see AI, you know, coming into jobs and positions and this employment stuff. You know, we're in just such strange times. So if we can be comfortable in uncertainty, if we can trust that even if our life is kind of hectic and full of change, life is taking care of us, I think that's the best way that we can move through time right now. And it really does require some trust of self in life. You know, I think that finding that personal connection right now is the most valuable thing that anybody can do. And this is kind of funny. I got to add this before I move on. Don't sell yourself for a carrot. Don't hurt yourself in the moment for whatever story you're being told about the future, projection, could be, should be, would be, will be. Don't hurt yourself now for a carrot, right? Like life doesn't want you to do that. Like life has carrots for you without hurting yourself. And that's loving yourself. And you can put that down, and you can decide to take care of yourself and nurture yourself now by doing the things that are good for you. And so this is kind of a hard one. This is about the unconscious sun and earth, which are really close to me because my moon's an 8.5. It's like we have to give ourselves and our people to life. We have to let ourselves go. It's like the mind doesn't know what's right for us. My mind doesn't know what my children are going to be when they grow up, and my mind doesn't know what they should be. And if I can give them that freedom and that personal space to make their own choices because they do know what's right for them, like that's a different kind of nurturing. That's me trusting Vega and trusting life, that life has a plan for him, and that if I just support him in that plan, I will be so happily surprised and just able to support him in his own unique life. And it can be really beautiful. And so we have to give ourselves up. We have to. We also, in that, this is a really hard place. Like the world is full of mental and emotional abuse right now. Like people are really struggling. People are really addicted to a lot of things, and children and innocent people are being hurt. And so it's like, while we have to give ourselves to life, we have to attempt to let go of the people that are hurting themselves and others. Like we have to attempt to protect the innocent, to protect the life that can't protect itself, just because mental health is so on the wane. It's like we really don't know the state of anybody right now. And we can be okay with that. We can check in on our people. And if somebody's children aren't doing well, like we can offer to help. It's like we can step in for and with each other to make sure that the innocent are as safe as they can be. And life is the only teacher. So it's like letting go of anyone, letting go of ourselves, letting go of someone who's abusive towards you, letting go of someone who's addicted to something. That is so freaking hard. But it's like you can't teach them that. You can't. That's why they're doing it, because life is the only thing that can teach them that. And so we just let them live it and let life teach them, let life be that teacher. And I promise you'll get your person back, because life is the answer. And no one knows for anyone else. We can't look at any one decision and be like, am I trying to love them or control them? The only thing that's love to me at this point is letting someone make their own decisions and supporting them in it. Like that is love without control. And so let me see. Inner authority. This is my big thing. If you would like to find your inner authority and start trying to make decisions outside of your mind, I'd love to help you. You can hit me up. My website's in my bio. And if you go to the services page, there's a way to book with me, and you can read about the service that I provide, which is called Personal Sessions. But I want to help people find inner authority, which is the in the body decision maker. Our bodies know things about this lifetime that our minds cannot comprehend. And so I help people watch the body. I help people watch the mind. As we're watching these things and not being controlled by them, there is infinite amounts of information that you can gain, and ways to understand yourself and life and other that you could never even imagine. And so inner authority is magical to me, and I want to help you find it. I want to help you know what to do in your life, because you deserve to know what to do in your life. And it's like, speaking on love, relationships based in inner authority and making your own personal choices, that is love. And that is how you avoid entanglement in your relationships. If husband is making choices for wife and wife's making choices for husband, there will be no communication happening anymore. There will be isolation and rejection, and they will not understand why. And so we have to help each other make our own decisions. We have to help each other know what's right for the body that I live in, and then support each other in that. And I don't necessarily think that's the easiest thing to do. And so as we move forward, one more big topic. We want sustainable expansion, right? We want to nurture ourselves and others. We are not looking for anything immediate, get rich quick, anything that's unhealthy to do over time. If you can't sustain what you're doing today every single day, and you're attempting to do that, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your health. And ultimately, it's not going to be good for anybody in your life. And so we have to take personal responsibility for the simplicity that we need, right? We cannot just burn out and die of cancer in our 40s and just crash into this exhaustion and disease that is happening now. Like, it is time for us to be honest and not avoid all of this. What can we maintain? What can we maintain mentally, emotionally, physically? There's so many dimensions to the consistency over time and what you're able to do. And if you can accept your limitations and be honest about them, then you can build your most best life. You know, it's like accepting the limitation is the starting place of transcending it. And so if we can do that, we can actually build enjoyable, sustainable lives. And it might not be built on validation and pressure, excitement, fear of missing out. You know, it might be totally different feelings and spaces, but I promise they're going to feel so much better for you, and that you want it. Your family wants it. Your family wants you to nurture yourself and them and others. Nurture your life. And so, yes, I hope you guys liked this today. If you did, leave me a comment. Tell me something that you liked or something that resonated with you. And of course, this is just me looking at the human design transits. Take what resonates and leave the rest. None of this is gospel or said to be absolute truth. I just want to help people with where we are now. It's very hard. You know, where we're at in time is hard. And I myself and everyone around me continues to lose people. And I love people very much. And I want to help us make it through these challenging times together and even find joy and health and vitality and, you know, the things that we deserve within them. And so have a great day, guys. If I'm not back tomorrow, I'll be back on Wednesday.